I'm Israel. Yahba Shemel Shabrak and Thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shemar Allah Thun by Shemel Shah to the sisters. I'm Priest Officer 500 Quran Yala, and this is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class streaming on the Sacramento Israelites YouTube page as well as Facebook. So today we're going to get into love outweighing hate. You understand? And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about love for anybody or love for heathens or your oppressor outweighing the hate for your oppressor. No, I'm talking about the love for your nation, your people, your brothers and sisters outweighing, you understand, hate in general. We should love our nation more than we hate our oppressor. You understand? Like, if you look throughout history, a lot of brothers had a lot of organizations that failed. You understand? The Black Panthers. A lot of these brothers that left the ISUBK to start other offshoot Israelite organizations that's not built on brotherhood. The fact that they left the ISUBK shows that they lacked brotherhood. And Black Panthers, the founders of that, of course, it was all starting in good intentions to love and uplift the people, but it didn't last because the lack of brotherhood and the love for one another didn't outweigh the hate for the oppressor, nor did it outweigh the hate that they have for one another. You understand? Like even the Nation of Islam, right? The Nation of Islam was supposedly founded on brotherhood. You understand? And black men lifting each other up. Meanwhile, you got two prominent figures that come from the Nation of Islam that was actually killed, you understand, by their own, namely Malcolm X, you understand, and the other brother, Khalid Muhammad, you understand, because you can yell out the white man, Salaki, the oppressor is the devil all day long, you understand, or these people or this, or these people or that, but it means nothing if you don't have brotherhood. It means nothing if the love for your people doesn't outweigh the hate that you have for your oppressor and what your oppressor has done to your people throughout history. Yeah, Salakia. Get the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment. If y'all got any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. On YouTube, of course, I can't see the chat on Facebook, unfortunately. Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1.
Gather yourselves together. You understand? Lord is giving us an order to gather ourselves together, right? Yea, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired, right? Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we can't gather together if we don't love ourselves more than we hate the oppressor. Like I said, a lot of these organizations that failed in the past, the reason why they failed is because of lack of brotherhood, lack of love and kindness for one another. Understand? And that's gonna cripple your organization every time. If the brothers and the sisters that's a part of that organization don't come together as a cohesive unit in love and charity and kindness. You understand? With certain laws that we live by. Of course, the law, statutes, and commandments in the Bible. You understand that governs brotherhood, that governs sisterhood, that governs a cohesive body or a nation for those people to live in perfect harmony amongst each other with menial to no problems. You understand? And a lot of these organizations that you see out there time and time again, they prove, you understand, of course, Black, Latino, and Native American Indian organizations, they prove time and time again that the hate for the oppressor or the hate for another nation that did them wrong, it outweighs the love that they have for their people and their actions showing it. You understand? Salakia. Salakia. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read that again. Zephaniah 2 and 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather yourselves together. Sluggy. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. You understand? We the nation that's not desired. Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You got all of the rest of these nations that's coming to this country and living off of the blood, sweat, and tears of our people being in chains in this empire. You understand? Having everything stripped and stolen from us in this empire. And the Lord requires us to gather together. You understand? And how you gonna gather together? You have to have more love for your nation than the hate that you have for your oppressor. You understand? On top of that, you have to have more love for your nation, you understand, than hate for your nation. Because of course, us living in this empire, we've all been done wrong by each other. You understand? Brothers and sisters have done wrong to each other. You understand? And that's just a fact of the matter. But at the same time, though, if we don't understand love, kindness, forgiveness for our nation, you understand, then we will never understand the concept and how powerful it is for us to love each other more than we hate each other so we don't suffer sin upon each other and we can come together, you understand, as brothers and sisters and live in perfect harmony, like I said, with little to no problems, right? Let me go to First Peter chapter 2 and verse 17. First Peter chapter 2 and verse 17. Honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear God, honor the king. You understand? The Lord required us to honor all men. You understand? Of course, when we reading in these scriptures, this is the constitution of blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. This is not telling you to honor your oppressor. This is not telling you to honor a heathen nation that comes to your neighborhood and do business and reap the benefits off of you having disposable income and you being a consumer of everything. That's not what this is talking about. This is talking about honoring the men in your nation. Understand? This is talking about being kind to your brothers. You understand? Not suffering sin upon your people. Having a love for your brother outweigh the hate that you have for your oppressor. You understand? So you can build your brother up. You understand? So you can never do any harm to your brother. Read that again. First Peter chapter 2 and verse 17. Honor all men. Love the brotherhood. You gotta love the brotherhood. You understand? And that's why a lot of these brothers left the ISUBK and spent off and made these fake Israelite groups or these offshoot Israelite groups who don't keep the law. You understand? Who don't follow the law of Moses, hate blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You got that purple group, you understand? The brother that started that group, he hated his brothers. He had no brotherhood. He literally left because of the doctrine that the Lord provided in this Bible for brothers to have more than one wife. You understand? He didn't feel that was to wow with him because he's scared of his own goddamn woman. You understand? He didn't feel that was in the law. You understand that we should be living like that because he feared his woman. You understand? He feared his woman more than he loved his own brother. So what did he do? He spent off, started a whole new Israelite group. You understand? And made himself the leader of an organization that's wicked as hell. You understand? Because the love for his brothers, it don't outweigh the hate that he has for the oppressor and the hate that he has for his own brother. You understand? His brother was an envious brother, a brother that wanted to be on top, a brother that wanted to have a dominion over his own people, him be in charge of something. And what happened? He started a fake Israelite group to where now you got Hamites, you understand, killing sisters in that group because his love for the oppressor, Salakia, his love for his brother didn't outweigh the hate for the hate that he had for the oppressor, nor did it outweigh the hate that he had secretly in his heart for his brethren. You understand? Salakia. Honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear God, honor the king. You understand? If you love the brotherhood, you won't leave the ISUBK. You understand? If you fear God, you will never leave this place and go start your own fake Israelite group just because you want to be ours. You understand? And you damn sure not how honoring our King, Yahushua Mashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. You understand? Because brothers don't understand the concept of how powerful love is. You understand? And I'm not talking about just telling a brother, oh, I got love for the brother. Like the scriptures say, my little children, love not in words, but in deed. I'm paraphrasing. Understand? The concept of love is not something that you say. You understand? It's your actions. It's what you do. You understand? If a brother's in the ISUBK and you leave the ISUBK, you don't love the brotherhood. You understand? You probably then sat on the street corners and yelled that the white man was the devil for years. You understand? And been in debates and arguments and prophesied against the downfall of this empire for what these heathens have done to us. But if you left this truth, you understand, then that means your love for your own nation did not outweigh the hate that you have for your oppressor. And that's evil as hell. You understand? And not only is it evil as hell, it's selfish. You understand? It's cowardice. You understand? It's a cancer that lives in a Black, Latino, and Native American community. Understand? But brothers have the cure. You understand? And the cure is right here in the ISUBK up under Commander General Yohanan. You understand? Come in here, put on your all black, do your 90 days, get your troopership. You understand? Study, study, study. Push out these classes. Go to camp. You understand? All in the spirit of you loving your brother, you loving your nation more than you hate your oppressor. You understand? That's what's going to keep you in the ISUBK. That's what's going to keep you in the truth. It's not the hate for Esau. You understand? It's not the hate for what these oppressors have done to our people in the past. You understand? We push out these classes and yell at the top of our lungs on these street corners about the atrocities that's being committed against the children of Israel because we love our people. We're not doing this out of hate. You understand? We're doing this out of the love for our own nation. We give a damn about what happened to our people in slavery. We give a damn about what happened to our people, you understand, being rounded up and pushed into the prison system. We give a damn about our brothers and sisters being separated from their families at the border and displacing children and so forth and so on. You understand? All of this is in love for our people. And the reason why we speak up about it, the reason why we get on them street corners, you understand, and yell at the top of our lungs and sacrifice time with our families, you understand, is because the love for the children of Israel outweighs the hate for the oppressor. You understand? We care. That's really what all of this is for. You understand? This is like you don't join the ISUBK to just lash out on the oppressor. You join the ISUBK because you love your people enough to do something about their oppression. You understand? That's love outweighing hate. You understand? Salakia. You go to First Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 14. The book of Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 14. Let all your things be done with charity. You understand? Let everything you do be done with charity. That word charity in the New Testament, it means love. You understand? When you come out to camp, you go to camp in the spirit of loving your people. You understand? Not in the spirit of just wanting to lash out on the oppressor, on you just wanting to go outside and wreak havoc on the enemy. Nah, you understand? Because if that's the case, then you're gonna be going out there in the wrong spirit. You understand? And the thing that you're trying to do as far as wakes blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans up to what's actually going on, it's not gonna happen. You understand? You're gonna be in the wrong spirit, and all they're gonna hear is, man, this brother is just he's just out there lashing out on so-called Caucasian people when your spirit should be, man, I need to go to camp because I want to wake blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans up. You understand? To the reason why we are in poverty, to the reason why we being destroyed, to the reason why we use drugs, to the reason why we look to church, you understand, for spiritual guidance and nothing happens. You understand? The reason why is because, of course, our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? And these Christian pastors, you understand, that teach this doctrine of Christianity, they lack love for the Black, Latino, and Native American community. Understand? Their love doesn't outweigh the hate that they have for their own people. So therefore, their people don't prosper in the hands of these Christian pastors. You understand? Salakia, read that again. Let all Salakia, First Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 14. Let all your things be done with charity. You understand? Everything that we do here in the IHBK is because of love for blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You understand? We out there risking our life on the street corners, screaming some unpopular things out there on them corners, as far as us bringing the oppressor and the rest of these heathen nations up on charges, not to ruffle their feathers. You understand? To get our people out the ghettos, to get our people out of the ideology that America actually gives a damn about what happened to them. You understand? Most High in Christ. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Jeremiah, the water for tapping in. You understand? But everything that the ISUBK does is out of love for our people. You understand? The love for our people is going to outweigh the love of the oppressor. So you're gonna see the fruits of our labor. You understand? Of course, we we want to wake our people up to the oppression and who the enemy is, but at the same time, though, we want to wake our people up even more to show them why they're going through what they're going through because of the lack of brotherhood that we have in our community. Understand? Because of the lack of leadership that we have in the communities. Because, of course, you got people that's in high places, you understand, that's of our nation, right? And they might tell you, oh yeah, man, I'm doing this to try to fight the system from the inside. So I'm trying to get farther up in whatever organization that they work in order to see some of the hurt and the pain that's going on with blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans at the hands of their oppressor. But as soon as they get a position of power, a position of authority, you understand, they go back to being selfish, just like the rest of these Christians. You understand? And that's because they don't love their people more than they hate the oppressor, right? Let me go to Colossians 3 and 14. Book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 14. And above all these things, put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness. You understand? Matamyizi, Yabashim Yao Shabrakata. The water for tapping in. I appreciate you. Once again, Colossians chapter 3, verse 14. And above all these things, put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness. You understand? Put on charity. You understand? Put on love. You understand? Have love for blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And have sympathy on your people. Have kindness, all right? Which is the bond of perfectness. And charity or love, you understand, is married with being perfect. You understand? This is why Christ said the law hang on these two things. You understand? Also, the law said, I'm Salaki, also Christ said, be ye therefore perfect. You understand? Because you have to have love for your people. You have to have brotherhood, you understand? Which is what charity is. You understand? Love, which is what brotherhood is. You understand? The law hang on these two things. Love the Lord with all your heart, you understand, all your might, and love your neighbor as yourself. You understand? And that's why you have to put on love. Not love for the oppressor, not love for these heathens. You understand? Not love for people who actually done some harm to the children of Israel. You understand? But love for your own brothers and sisters. You understand? And when you learn how to love your own brothers and sisters, you understand? That's what breeds perfect men. You understand? And here in the ISUBK, up under Commander General Yana, of course, we breed perfect men. All right? Salakia. Yao Shamal Lathan by Shim Yao Shah says. All right. Salakia. Let me get 1 Corinthians once again, chapter 13 this time. Chapter 13, I'm starting at verse 4. Charity suffereth long and is kind. You understand? If you got love for the children of Israel, you understand? It's gonna take a lot to get you angry with one of your people. You understand? You're gonna be patient. This is talking about patience. You understand? This is the Lord. This is the spirit of the Lord. The Lord is long suffering. You understand? The Lord didn't let the children of Israel F up a whole bunch of times. You understand? And he winked at our ignorance. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to get it right, but if y'all don't, man, I'm gonna have to come down, you understand, with that belt. You understand? Because the Lord is the Father, right? So like you're reading on. Charity suffereth long and is kind. And love is long suffering and it is kind. All right. Charity envieth not. You understand? If you got love for your nation, you're not gonna envy a brother or sister. You understand? A lot of sisters have a problem with their husband having more than one wife. You understand? And of course, that's understanding because of the empire that we grew up in. You understand? But if you actually love your husband, if you actually love the nation of Israel, then you should want to see one of your sisters with the same type of protection that you have. You understand? And so, like, I'm gonna read that again. Charity envieth not, and you shouldn't be envious over another sister if y'all share the same damn husband. You understand? Because that's not having love for your sister. Neither is that having love for your husband. You understand? And some brother that's in the school or out of the school, if you envy a brother because of him having a certain status amongst people, you understand? That's not having love for the brother. You understand? If a brother is doing a lot of work, you understand, and you feel some type of envy or resentment, Salakia, because the brother's putting in some work that you're not able to do. You understand? That means you don't have love for the brother. That means you don't love the brother. That means you're not being perfect. You understand? That means the love for your brother don't outweigh the hate that you have for your oppressor because you envy your own flesh and blood. You understand? Salakia. Charity vaunteth not itself. You understand? If you got love for your nation, you're not going to be sitting up here talking about boasting about what you've done for your nation, or boasting how much work you put in to actually wake blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans up. You just gonna do it off of the strength of the love. It ain't for you to be broadcasting, you understand, and saying whatever the hell you do just so you can make yourself look better than everybody else. Christ used to run around telling people, look, don't tell nobody that I'm the king of the children of Israel. You understand? He used to be asking, who you think I am? Oh, I'm the king. I think you the king of Israel. Yeah, thou sayest. That's what you said. Christ never boasted about what he did. You understand? He never vaunted himself. All right. Salakia. It's not puffed up. You understand? It's not puffed up. Being puffed up means basically like you walking around with your head high and your chest out. You understand? Portraying that you a man of God, just like these damn Christians. You understand? Like the Sadducees and the Pharisees. You understand? I'm getting to what Christ said about them in a second. But you're not walking around puffed up with your chest poked out like you all high and mighty and like you've done a whole life for the children of Israel. That's not having love for the children of Israel. You understand? When you got that type of spirit, you doing this just for somebody to look at you as you're a great person. You understand? You doing this for the fame. You understand? You doing this so people can reverence you as somebody that actually loves the children of Israel instead of just doing this off of the love. You understand? Verse 5 does not behave itself unseemly. You understand? If you love your people, you're not going to behave yourself unseemly. You understand? You're not going to do outlandish things to your brothers and sisters. You understand? You're going to be walking around perfect, completely in order at all times. You understand? Seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil. You understand? Seeketh not her own. You understand? Love is not something that is selfish. You understand? For you to have love for somebody, you can't be selfish because having love for somebody and being selfish, fuck you. Fuck you. Seeketh not her own. You understand? Seeketh not her own. Not a selfish thing. You understand? Having love for your nation is not being selfish. You understand? Not putting yourself before everybody. You understand? You have to be you have to love your people enough to be humble enough to actually put your people before yourself. You understand? Is not easily provoked. You're not gonna get mad over every little small thing that one of your brothers and sisters do if you live your life in charity to the children of Israel. If you live your life to have love for your own nation, you're not gonna be easily provoked. You're not gonna get mad at any small slight thing that comes across you that one of your brothers and sisters did. You understand? You're gonna give brothers the benefit of the doubt. You're gonna give sisters the benefit of the doubt. You understand? Think of no evil. That's self-explanatory. Understand? If you love the children of Israel, if you love your neighbor as you love yourself, you're not going to think or ponder to do anything evil to that brother or sister. All right. Rejoiceth not in iniquity. You understand? Brothers and sisters, if you love your nation, you're not going to rejoice in iniquity. You understand? You're not going to rejoice in sin. You understand? It's not going to be something good. You understand? When you hear about one of your people sinning, understand? Somebody that made $1 million off a drug. You're not gonna be like, oh man, he was getting money back in the day. If you actually love your people, you understand? Because if you know like me, you know what happened during that crack era. You understand? I'm a product of a mother, you understand, that was on crack back in the 80s and the 90s. You understand? And a lot of my peers are as well. You understand? And you understand how detrimental that era was to our society. This is why this is just a quick sidebar, right? The brother Mr. Fab, you understand? I hate his brand called Dope Era. I hate that damn brand. You understand? I will never wear that goddamn brand. Even though you understand me being in the world, yeah, I partook in selling drugs and all of the evil things that Esau had to offer me. You understand? But on the flip side of that, I do understand before I became a grown man, you understand, how crack cocaine decimated my family, how it destroyed my mother and my father. You understand? So I hate that. Salakia. You understand? Uh, but rejoiceth in truth. You understand? Of course, you know what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, of course, in the IHUBK, we rejoice in the truth. We don't rejoice in iniquity. You understand? We don't take pleasure in being happy for violence. You understand? Being committed against somebody just because they're not in the truth. You understand? We don't take pleasure or pride in somebody being punished by the Lord. You understand? Because they didn't want to do what the Lord said. You understand? We actually love blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Like I believe Paul said, "Look, man, I wish I was separated from Christ for the children of Israel's sake." You understand? He loved his people that goddamn much to where he actually wanted to suffer just like them. You understand? Salakia. Verse 7 beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things, beareth all things. You understand? Uh, believeth all things. This is talking about giving brothers and sisters the benefit of the doubt. You understand? Hopeth all things. You understand? Of course, we hope of all things to be well. You understand? Endureth all things, right? You're going to endure to the end if you love the children of Israel. You understand? You're not going to quit when the going gets tough. You understand? You're not going to leave Commanding General Yohana just because stuff get hard for you. You understand? And you feel like it'll be easier for you to go back into the world. That's not having charity for the children of Israel. You understand? That's not loving your nation more than you hate the oppressor. All right. Verse 8 charity never faileth. You understand? Love is never going to fail. All right. But whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Some people prophesied a lot of things and they never came true. They failed. You understand? Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. You understand? Whether it be people speaking, people gonna stop speaking. You understand? Whether it be knowledge, you understand? It's gonna be certain knowledge that brothers and sisters are not dealing with anymore. You understand? That's going to stop. But love is never going to fail. It's never going to stop. You understand? Slakia. I'm gonna drop that. Let me get John 15 and 13. It's the book of John, chapter 15, verse 13. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. You understand? Once again, this is talking about loving your own nation, understand, enough to lay down your life, you understand, for your brothers and your sisters. You understand? You love the children of Israel enough to go to camp every Saturday, goddamn, every Saturday, you understand, and risk your life. Lay your life down for the greater good of your people. You understand? Of course, the Lord wants us to live for our people. You understand? But a brother that's willing to strap his boots on, you understand, put his mitre on, and go out there and risk his life to wake up the children of Israel, there is no greater love than that. You understand? That's how you know blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indian men in the ISUBK, we love our people more than we hate the oppressor, because we will go to war for our people every goddamn Saturday, put these boots on, put these headpieces on, go out there and risk our lives. You understand? Damn right, Jeremiah. Appreciate it. Salakia. Get First John chapter 4 and verse 8. For the First John chapter 4 and verse 8. He that loveth not, Salakia, he that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. You understand? If somebody don't love their nation, then you don't know God. You understand? If you got brothers that starting these fake Israelite groups, you understand, and doing whatever they want to because they couldn't take what happened in the council, You understand? Because they couldn't follow orders. You understand? They don't love their brother. You understand? They don't know what love is. You understand? They don't have love. Therefore, they do not know God. You understand? Because God is love. Like, this is how you know that you love God, that you keep his law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? And you can't leave your nation under any circumstances. You understand? And that's in the law. So if you don't love your brothers and sisters, you're going to leave this truth. You understand? Therefore, you don't know God. You understand? Therefore, you don't love the Lord. You understand? Salakia. Salakia. Shalom, Yabashim, Al Shah Brakatah, Sawap, the water for tapping in. Salakia, where was I at? 1 John chapter 4 and verse 8. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. You understand? You don't love blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you understand, enough to actually do something about what happened to us. You understand? Enough to come into the ISUBK, keep these law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Go through the proper procedures. You understand? To go up through the ranks and never drop your sword, then you don't know God. You understand? If you don't love your nation, you understand, enough to stop sinning, to put the cigarettes down, to put the weed down. You understand? I don't want that you can't see Facebook chat. Yeah, kind. So the water for tapping in. I appreciate it. You understand? If you don't love your nation enough to put away all of the vile and disgusting things that you partake in order to clean your life up and jump into this war, you understand, and put your life on the line for the children of Israel, man, you don't know God. You understand? You might as well just keep working for the goddamn oppressor. You understand? Salakia. 1 Peter 4 and 8. Book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 8. And above all things have fervent charity among yourselves. You understand? Above all things have fervent charity among yourselves. You understand? Above everything that we do, we need to have extreme love for ourselves. You understand? Amongst ourselves. You understand? That's brotherhood. This is talking about having brotherhood, not suffering sin upon each other. You understand? Not gossiping about brothers. You understand? Lifting each other up. You understand? Being at your brother every beck and call. You understand? That's what it means to have fervent charity for each other. You understand? Sisters as well. All right. Salakia. Middle of verse 8. For charity shall cover the multitude of sins. And how is charity going to cover the multitude of sins? You understand? Because that love that you have for your nation, you're not going to sin against your brother. You understand? That's how it's going to cover the multitude of sins. You understand? Because if you got love for your brother, you're not going to slander him behind his back, which is a goddamn sin. You understand? You're not going to secretly envy and hate that brother. You understand? Because that is a sin. If you got an issue with your brother, you're going to come to him as a man, one-on-one. You understand? And y'all going to get to the bottom of it. And the brother going to say Salakia. You understand? If a brother don't say Salakia, if he say anything but Salakia, you understand? When you tell him that he offended you, then you take that brother to counsel. You understand? In order for your problem to be fixed and y'all to get your for you to gain your brother back. You understand? I'm gonna read that again. For charity shall cover the multitude of sins. You understand? If you got love for your nation, you're not gonna steal from your brother. You're not gonna kill your brother. You understand? You're not gonna sleep with his wife. You're not gonna covet anything that's his brother. That's your brother's. You understand? You're not gonna cheat your brother. You're not gonna deal falsely with your brother. You're not gonna falsely accuse that brother. Why? Because you have love for him. You understand? You see that multitude of sins that love will cancel out. That's what that's talking about right there. And Shalaki, let's get into Moses. Right? Go to Exodus chapter 1 and verse 11. Damn right, so damn right. The book of Exodus chapter 1 and verse Shalaki. I want to Shalaki, Exodus chapter 2 and 11. And it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens. You understand? So when Moses, of course, a lot of brothers know the story of Moses. Moses was actually raised in the Egyptian's house. You understand? Moses was raised as Pharaoh's grandson. You understand? Because his daughter took Moses in when Moses was a baby. Right now, Moses grew up rich. Moses didn't have to slave in the fields like his brothers and sisters did. You understand? But when he got grown, he went to go see what was going on with his nation and people because he understood exactly who he was. You understand? Salakia. I'm gonna read that again. And it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens. And he spied an Egyptian smiting a Hebrew, one of his brethren. You understand? Now, when Moses went out to go see exactly what was going on with the children of Israel, he seen an Egyptian beating on one of his brethren. You understand? He seen the Egyptian putting his hands on one of his brethren. Moses is witnessing police brutality at this time. Understand? Because if you know the history of Egypt, these Egyptians, they ruled over us just how these Romans rule over us today. You understand? And just how Slagia, the origins of having a police force, you understand, or patrol units lies in ancient Egypt. You understand? And naturally, you understand, just how it was in America, beginning the first police departments, so to speak, were sheriffs. You understand? And they were slave patrol units. You understand? That's exactly what they was, right? And all of this comes from ancient Egypt because these Egyptians, they was the ones that came out to the land of Goshen where the children of Israel lived, and they was the ones that policed us. You understand? The ones that kept us in check, the ones that kept us in line. Now, today, of course, you got all different nations that's a part of the police force. But back in slavery times, there was only Caucasians, you understand, that was a part of the slave patrols. You understand? And this comes from ancient Egypt. So back in this time, us being slaves to the Egyptians, the only people that were patrolling to keep the children of Israel in check were the Egyptians. You understand? So Moses is witnessing the Egypt police department. You understand? Rodney King and the brothers, so to speak. Salakia. All right. Verse 12. And he looked this way and that way. And when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. You understand? So Moses, he sees this police brutality going on. You understand? He looked to the left and to the right. You understand? He killed the Egyptian. You understand? Now, of course, Moses grew up around Egyptians. So the reason why he killed the Egyptian was not because he hated the Egyptian. You understand? But it was because his love for that Hebrew brother that was being chastised and wrongfully assaulted by this filthy African. You understand? He loved his brother so damn much that he was willing to put his life on the line to kill this goddamn Egyptian to get this brother out of harm's way. You understand? To loosen up this brother's burden on him being beat by this goddamn Egyptian, because the Egyptian hates the children of Israel, and Moses loved the children of Israel more than he hated this brother being beat by this goddamn heathen. You understand? Salakia. Verse 13. And when he went out the second day, behold, two men of the Hebrews strove together. Now, when he went out the next day, he see two brothers getting into it. You understand? Now, Moses just killed the brother and freed him from being beat on by Egyptian. The next day, he see two brothers getting into it, and this is what he said to the brothers. All right, Salakia. And he said to him that did the wrong, wherefore smitest thou thy fellow? You understand? He got at him like, bro, why are you doing this to him? Why are you putting your hands on his brother? Why are you doing him evilly? This is your brother. You understand? Moses was trying to instill brotherhood in them. Moses was trying to instill the fact that, okay, I know that y'all being oppressed. I know that everything is terrible in your neighborhoods. I know, I understand this. But you understand, this is your fellow, meaning this is your brethren. You should have more love for him to not do wrong to him. You understand? The love for your brother to not do him wrong should outweigh the hate for your oppressor, who's actually really the real problem. You understand? Because if we dirt, piss poor, and in poverty, you understand? If we love our brothers and sisters, you understand, more than we hate the oppressor, then black on black crime is not going to happen. You understand? If we actually gave a damn about what's going on in our communities more than us caring about the oppressor oppressing us, then we would look at this like, damn, we in this together. You understand? We have to come together, you understand, and do something amongst us to where the oppression doesn't keep us killing each other. You understand? And that's what a lot of these organizations don't understand. Y'all like, and that's what a lot of people don't understand about the ISUBK and what they don't understand about Commanding General Yohana. No, we not doing what we doing just because we hate that we being oppressed by these other nations. Yeah, of course, we don't want to be in poverty. We don't want to live in the projects. You understand? We don't want to see the rest of these nations come here on visas and open up businesses and live glorious in our face and drive all these nice ass cars and come into our neighborhoods and building up their families. No, we don't want to see that. You understand? But the hate for that, you understand, is not more powerful than us loving our own people and doing right by our own brothers and sisters in our nation, in our own communities. You understand? Salakia. And Moses understood that. Moses understood, look, man, I know we being oppressed. I know you hate these damn heathens. I don't give you an excuse, you understand, to do your own people wrong. You understand? Salakia. Let's get into David, right? Let's get into David. Let's go to Most High Christ, the water for the kind words. Brothers and sisters, I appreciate you. Go to 1 Samuel chapter 18 and verse, I'm going to start at verse 1. This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 1. So like in 1 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 1. And it came to pass when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, and David loved him as his own soul. Now, Jonathan was the son of Saul. You understand? This was when everything was all good. You understand? David, he just killed the Goliath. He just killed the Philistine Goliath. You understand? He got some rank in the military. You understand? And everything to wild. You know what I'm saying? They mess with David. And furthermore, Jonathan loved David as his own damn self. All right. And Saul took him that day and would let him go no more home to his father's house. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him and gave it to David and his garments, even to his sword and to his bow and to his girdle. Now you got to understand, during the time of Saul's reign at this time, we being oppressed right now by these Philistines, by these so-called the Canaanites will be your so-called South Africans today. And Nelson Mandela and his people. You understand? We had war with them. All right. So now, Jonathan, him and David, they made a covenant together. These brothers was best friends. You understand? And Jonathan, he gave him his robe. You understand? Salakia. He gave him his robe. He gave him some garments. You understand? And he gave him the sword. You understand? And he gave him his bow and arrow. You understand? Salakia. Verse 5. And David went out whithersoever Saul sent him and behaved himself wisely. And Saul set him over the men of war, and he was acceptable in the sight of all people and also in the sight of Saul's servant. You understand? So David, he's serving in the military as the top that's the top general, you understand, in Saul's military. You understand? And he behaved himself wisely. Meaning he went out, you understand, and he had a good reputation amongst the people, right? Verse 6. And it came to pass as they came, when David was returned from the slaughter of the Philistine, that the women came out of the cities of Israel singing and dancing to meet King Saul with tabrets, with joy, and with instruments of music. And the women answered one another as they played, and they said, Saul have slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s. You understand? So these sisters is rejoicing that we kicking these Philistines behind, you understand, in this war, right? And they praising Saul for killing thousands, and they praising David for killing 10,000s. You understand? These sisters, this drill music right here in the Bible. You understand? You know how brothers today talk about killing each other and the ops and all of this. Well, these sisters did this in the scriptures. You understand? Righteously, talking about the enemies of Israel. You understand? Reading on. Verse 8. And Saul was very wroth, and the saying displeased him. And he said, they have ascribed unto David 10,000s, and to me they have ascribed but thousands. And what can he have more but the kingdom? You understand? So Saul is jealous of the fame, you understand, that David is getting because of these wars that he winning over the children of the Philistines. You understand? So David, like, man, look, this nigga getting famous. There's nothing that he can have. You understand? He eventually gonna take over my kingdom. So Saul basically has a spirit of jealousy for David. You understand? Because of the fame that David is getting for fighting all of these battles. When David is doing this because he loves the children of Israel. David is fighting all of these battles, and he's following the orders that Saul's getting him, not because he hates the Philistines, but because he loves his own people, and he wants his people to be out of poverty and not up under the feet of these filthy Hamites. You understand? Salakia. And it came to pass on the morrow that the evil spirit from God was upon Saul, and he prophesied in the midst of the house. And David played with his hands as at other times, and there was a javelin in Saul's hands. You understand? So they sitting all in the house, right? And Saul basically just sitting back looking at David, and David over there shadow boxing like he always do, because David was a mighty warrior. You understand? So Saul, he's looking at him with a big javelin in his hand. You understand? A javelin is like a big long stick that you throw, you understand, in war, right? Verse 11. And Saul cast a javelin, for he said, I will smite David even to the wall with it. And David avoided out of his presence twice. You understand? So Saul tried to kill this brother with this javelin twice. You understand? Because of the envy that he had for his brother, for him not being charitable, you understand, to his own nation. You understand? To his own brother that he raised up to be a mighty man of war, you understand? And he put him as a general over his whole goddamn army. He was envious towards David, you understand? So he tried to kill him with a javelin twice, all right? You understand? Salaki. Now let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 24. Now, so Saul and David, they not seeing eye to eye. Furthermore, Saul wants to kill David. You understand? So David got up out of there. You understand? He on the run from Saul because he understand that Saul got an evil spirit of jealousy upon him, and he wants to kill him. You understand? 1 Samuel chapter 24 and verse 1. And it came to pass when Saul was returned from following the Philistines that it was told him, saying, Behold, David is in the wilderness of En Gedi. Then Saul took 3,000 chosen men out of Israel and went to seek David and his men upon the rocks of the wild goats. You understand? So David, he got a couple of brothers with him that he fled with, you understand? And now Saul got word that they know where David is at. You understand? Of course, because Saul want to kill David because of that spirit of jealousy. All right. Verse 3. And he came to the sheepcotes by the way, where was a cave. And Saul went in to cover his feet. And David and his men remained in the sides of the cave. So Saul seen the cave, you understand? He wanted to go chill out. You understand? He wanted to go relax. All right. Verse 4. And the men of David said unto him, Behold, the day of which the Lord said unto thee, Behold, I will deliver thine enemy into thine hand, that thou mayest do to him as it shall seem good unto thee. Then David arose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe privily. You understand? So when Saul in there, he sleep. You understand? David creep up in there and he cut off the skirt of his robe. You understand? Like damn, I could have had you. You understand? But he showed mercy unto Saul because he didn't want to kill his own brother. You understand? He didn't want to kill his king. He didn't want to kill the Lord's anointed. You understand? That of course, David hated, you understand, being on the run. David hated being persecuted by Saul for him going to war for Saul and him putting his life on the line to get them out of the hands of the oppression of these Philistines. But he loved his nation so damn much that he did not let that deter him from not having mercy on a brother that's a king over the nation of Israel ordained by God that he could have killed. You understand? Verse 5. And it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him, that he had cut off Saul's skirt. So now David, you understand, he feeling bad about what happened. You understand? His heart smote him. You understand? Meaning he was in heaviness of heart. You understand? He felt terrible for cutting off Saul's skirt when he didn't even kill Saul. He just cut a piece of his garment off. You understand? And David felt terrible about that because he loved his brother more than he hated what his brother had done unto him. Understand? And he said unto his men, the Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master. Master, the Lord's anointed to stretch forth my hand against him, seeing he is anointed of the Lord. So David stayed his servant. So David stayed his servants with these words and suffered them not to rise against Saul. But Saul rose up out of the cave and went on his way. You understand? So David, he gave an order to his men, like, nah, man, we can't kill Saul. You understand? Because David loved his brother Saul, the one that tried to kill him twice. You understand? The one that put him in the heat of the battle so he can get killed. He loved that brother so much that he did not suffer sin upon him by killing him. You understand? Salakia. Go to 2 Samuel chapter 2. 2 Samuel chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 1. Now it came to pass after the death of Saul, when David was returned from the slaughter of the Amalekites, and David had abode 2 days in Ziklag. And it came even to pass on the third day that behold, a man came out of the camp from Saul with his clothes rent and earth upon his head. And so it was when he came to David that he fell to the earth and did obeisance. Right. So now Saul's dead. You understand? Of course, Saul died in the heat of battle. You understand? Because the Lord wasn't with him. You understand? And Saul was killed because of the wicked deed that he did. You understand? And not following the orders of the Lord when it came to King Agag. All right. Now, so after Saul dies, it's somebody, you understand, he runs up to David, you understand, and it looked like he just was in war, in battle. He got a lot of dirt on him, you know what I'm saying, and his clothes is all ripped up. And he came to David and bowed to David, all right? Verse 4, and David said unto him, Salaki, verse 3, and David said unto him, whence comest thou? And he said unto him, out of the camp of Israel am I escaped. And David said unto him, how went the matter? I pray thee, tell me. And he answered that the people are fled from the battle, and many of the people also are fallen and dead. And Saul and Jonathan, his son, are dead also. So David asked him, like, well, damn, how did the battle go? You know what I'm saying? He like, look, man, it's ugly. You understand? A lot of people got killed, and David and Jonathan got killed as well. You understand? Right? Verse 5. And David said unto the young man that told him, how knowest thou that Saul and Jonathan his son be dead? And the young man that told him said, as I happened by chance upon Mount Gilboa, behold, Saul leaped upon his spear, and lo, the chariots and horsemen followed hard after him. And when he looked behind him, he saw me and called unto me, and I answered, here I am. And he said, who art thou? And I answered him, I am an Amalekite. And he said unto me again, stand, I pray thee, upon me and slay me, for anguish is come upon me, because my life is yet whole in me. Now, if you understand how Saul actually died, this Amalekite is lying. You understand? Saul never asked nobody to kill him. You understand? Saul took it upon himself to kill himself so he wouldn't die by the hands of Philistines. You understand? But this dude, he just trying to get him some little bit of fame. You understand? Right? By saying that he killed Saul. All right, because of Saul asking him to do it, which was not true. All right. Verse 10. So I stood upon him and slew him, because I was sure that he could not live after that he was fallen. And I took the crown that was upon his head and a bracelet that was on his arm, and have brought them hither upon Salakia, brought them hither unto my Lord. Then David took hold of his clothes and rent them, and likewise all the men that were with him. And they mourned and wept and fasted, even for Saul and for Jonathan his son, and for the people of the Lord, and by Slack, and for the house of Israel, because they were fallen by the sword. So when David heard that Saul was killed, you understand, he ripped his clothes. You understand? He mourned for Saul. Slack, when David heard that Saul was killed, you understand? He mourned for Saul. He ripped his clothes. You understand? He mourned for Saul and Jonathan. Even though Saul wanted him killed, he still was hurt. You understand that Saul eventually lost his life in battle. That's having more love for your brother, you understand, than the hate for the things that he done to you. All right. Verse 13. And David said unto the young man that told him, whence art thou? And he answered, I am the son of a stranger, an Amalekite. So David, like, who is you? What nation you come from? He like, oh yeah, I'm an Amalekite. All right. And David said unto him, how wast thou not afraid to stretch forth thy hand to destroy the Lord's anointed? He like, bruh, I don't understand how you was not even scared to kill King Saul when the Lord anointed him. You understand? Verse 15. And David called one of the young men and said, go near and fall upon him. And he smote him that he died. You understand? And David said unto him, thy blood be upon thy head, for thy mouth has testified against thee, saying, I have slain the Lord's anointed. You understand? So not only did David mourn for Saul because he loved Saul more than he hated the things that Saul did to him, you understand? He actually had this Amalekite killed for bragging and boasting about him slaying King Saul. You understand? Because he loved his nation more than he hated what the brother Saul did to him. You understand? Salakia. We go to the book of Obadiah. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. You understand? This is Obadiah prophesying the destruction of the Edomites. You understand? Your so-called Caucasians. You understand? Where they be from Spain, whether they be from England, whether they be from Ireland, whether they be from Italy. You understand? Romania, any one of them nations that you see them red people, this is Obadiah prophesying the destruction. You understand? Salakia, prophesying the destruction of these nations. You understand? Of this nation that oppresses the children of Israel until this day. All right. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. It's the smallest nation amongst the heathen, and they greatly despised because they went to and fro. You understand? In the earth, causing wicked, wreaking havoc on everybody on goddamn planet Earth, and the Lord is going to destroy them for that. You understand? Salakia. I'm gonna jump down to verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. You understand? You got to understand the spirit that Obadiah is prophesying these prophecies about Edom or Esau. It's for the violence of his brother Jacob. Of course, if you know the history between Jacob and Esau, we all come from the same nation, in the same womb. So, like that's the same nation. We come from the same womb. You understand? Rebecca being our foremother. You understand? Obadiah is prophesying the downfall of this nation because of the violence that he has done against the children of Israel. This is why Obadiah is prophesying, because Obadiah loves the children of Israel more than he hates the oppressor. You understand? This is why he threw that in there. Look, you're going to be cut off for what you did to my people. You understand? Salakia. I'm going to drop that. Let's go to Matthew chapter 12 and verse 34. All right. If you understand the spirit of Christ, Christ never really battled the Roman Empire. Christ, he battled the Sadducees and the Pharisees, because they was the ones that was outwardly, you understand, oppressing the children of Israel, rendering a false judgment, killing brothers and sisters, you understand, for eating food on the goddamn Sabbath day. These was the ones that he was going against, the so-called religious leaders. And why was he doing this? Because he actually loved the children of Israel and he hated that they was being oppressed. You understand, Salakia? Salakia. This book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 34. O generation of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. This is Christ talking to the Sadducees and Pharisees. He said, oh, ye generation of vipers. He called them snakes. To call a person a snake back then is like calling somebody an MFer. You understand? If you know the history and the etymology of the word MFer, back in the days, that was not something that you wanted to be called. You understand that was something very derogatory to call a black person. You understand? He calling them vipers. You understand? Snakes, like you evil, nasty, filthy MFers. You understand? Because of the oppression that they did to the children of Israel and because of how much he loved the children of Israel. I'm going to jump down to verse 39. He answered and said unto them, an evil and adulterous nation seeketh after a sign, and there shall be no sign given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. You understand? He said, you niggas is evil and adulterous. You understand? Meaning that y'all played the harlot on our God and went to go serve other gods. You understand? Christ used to be landing into the Sadducees and Pharisees. All right? Salakia, Matthew 16 and verse 6. Then Yahushua said unto them, take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. He going in on the Sadducees and Pharisees again. Meaning the leaven of the Sadducees and Pharisees, meaning these niggas is puffed up. They walking around with stretched forth necks and puffed out chests, just like they actually doing something good for the nation of Israel. Like they better than everybody else. You understand? These niggas is wicked as hell. You understand? They walking around all high and mighty. Meanwhile, they the ones that's doing the children of Israel worse than these goddamn Romans. You understand? So like you gonna jump down to verse 21. From that time forth began Yahushua to show unto his disciples how that he must go into Jerusalem and suffer many things of the elders and chief priests and scribes and be killed and be raised again the third day. So Christ started prophesying his death. You understand? And how the Sadducees and the Pharisees and the chief priests was going to beat him. You understand? Smash a crown of thorns on his head, and all of the things that he had to suffer in order to be that sacrificial lamb for the children of Israel. All right. Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, "Be it far from thee, Lord, this shall not be unto thee." Understand? So Peter got mad at Christ. Like, nah, man, you're not finna go die, man. You're tripping, bro. Like, stop saying all of this stuff. You understand? Peter being selfish right now. He don't want Christ to leave his side because with Christ, you understand, he got hope. All right. Verse 23. But he turned and said unto Peter, "Get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me, for thou savorest not the things that be of God, but those that be of men." He called Peter Satan. Like, bro, you got a demon on you, bro. You understand? You offended me right now. You understand? Like you basically trying to make me out to be a goddamn coward. You understand? Which I am not. I'm going to go take my licking like a champ. You understand? For the children of Israel and die for you niggas' sins, so y'all can get back in the Lord's good graces, so the Lord can give us the kingdom of heaven. You understand? Without me, y'all not gonna get the kingdom of heaven. So I gotta go suffer this. You understand? Peter, you tripping, bro. Go ahead and get up out of here with all of that nonsense that you talking, bro. Because you got an evil demon on you, you understand? And you offended me right now. Christ checked the hell out of people, Peter. You understand? Salakia. Verse 24. Then said Yahushua to his disciples, "If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me." Understand? Christ said, "Look, if you gonna follow me, deny yourself. Meaning, don't be selfish for your damn self. You understand? Bear your cross, meaning bear your burden. You understand? Bear the burden of not being able to do whatever the hell you want to do. Bear the burden, you understand, of having to put in work to actually change the lives of your people. You understand? Bear the burden, actually have to put in work to actually love your people and not be a goddamn lazy, gluttonous bastard. You understand? And being selfish and looking out for your own self 100% of the time. You got to bear the same burden as me and be willing to die to wake up the children of Israel. You understand? Christ was a cold cat, man. This wasn't no soft brother. Understand, that loved everybody that came in peace. Nah, he wasn't doing none of that. You understand? Christ, like, look, man, I'm finna go die for the children of Israel. You understand? And I'm out here to lead by example to show you niggas how to love your own goddamn people more than you hate the oppressor and way more than you hate your own brothers and sisters. You understand? Verse 26, Salakia. Verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. Whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. You understand? That's self-explanatory. You understand? You going to go try to save your own life. You understand? Being selfish, not putting your life on the line for your nation. You're going to die in doing that. You understand? But if you're willing to lose your life, you understand? You're going to find your life, meaning you're going to get the kingdom of heaven. You understand? You're going to be able to rule in righteous rulership, you understand, up under me when kingdom comes. You understand? With that being said, Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you got to learn how to love your nation far more than you hate your oppressor, because the power in that is this. No matter what the oppressor does to us, you understand? No matter how hard it is for us at the hands of these heathen that's over us, if we don't suffer sin upon each other, we can actually grow as a nation. You understand? If we don't have jealousy and envy for one another, you understand? We can actually instill brotherhood in our children, you understand, to get our nation out of this hell. You understand? With that being said, once again, I'm Priest Officer of 500 Karani. There's been another Tuesday night brotherhood class. Yahba Shemi Awashah Barakathum to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alathan Ba Shemi Awashah to the sisters. Shalom, Israel.